Welcome back, children. This is our fourth video on chapter 5, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. And today we are going to discuss the wildlife in India. You have an activity on page 35, okay? And the activity is show the following animals in outline map of India with proper signs and symbols. You will be given a map of India like this, and you need to use proper signs and symbols, okay, or color shading to show the location for these wild animals. Now, drawing of each and every icon will be a little difficult, so you can always use colors, okay, and use the same color in the index. Now, there are a few things about 8 to 10 that you have to show. The first one is Bengal tigers, and I've shown an arrow over there. Bengal tigers are found in the Sundarban areas of West Bengal. You can also in the answer write in brackets Sundarbans. Okay, Bengal tigers in Sundarban area, white tigers. Second is the lions, and I've given you the answer as well. Lions are found in the Gir forests of Gujarat, the lower arm of Gujarat, which is the Marathwada region. Okay, you find the Gir forests and lions are found there mainly. Great Indian bustard in Rajasthan. Okay, the answer is in Rajasthan. You can see the arrow over there pointing towards the Great Indian bustard. Just as Brazil had huge birds called condors. Okay, here in India we have the Great Indian bustard. The population of Great Indian bustard is sadly declining. Okay, that means the birds are becoming extinct. The bird actually measures up to a height of 3.3 feet tall. Okay, so these are quite tall birds, but their population is sadly declining. The Gangetic dolphins are found in the lower and middle course of river Ganga. I've shown a picture of little dolphin over there. Okay, in the lower coast of Ganga, that is in West Bengal, also in Bihar, okay, and lower course in Uttar Pradesh as well. The fifth is olive ridley turtle. The moment you say turtles, ridley turtles, remember Orissa. Okay, especially the eastern coast of Orissa where ridley turtles are bred, and large number of ridley turtles are found here on the eastern coast of Orissa. The sixth one is swamp deers. They are also called as Barasingha in India. They are normally found in the Kanha National Park in Madhya Pradesh, also in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, Jim Corbett National Park is also present there in Uttar Pradesh. So these are almost getting extinct now. The next one is one-horned rhino. The moment you get one-horned rhinoceros, remember Assam, especially the Kaziranga National Park. So you can color the whole of Assam or you can color part of Assam. Okay, it's not possible to draw the one-horned rhino in the map. Okay, if you're a good artist, yes, you can draw, because art also is part of our geography. Okay, so Kaziranga National Park in Assam. Crocodiles. Crocodiles are also called as magar. Okay, they are normally marsh crocodiles found in the lakes as well as in the rivers throughout the country. The saltwater crocodiles is found along the eastern coast of India, like in Orissa. Okay, and also in Andaman Nicobar Islands, but otherwise they are found in almost all rivers in India, including what I have shown over there, the coastal region of Orissa and Ganga River. Again, the lower courses of Ganga River. The Nilgiri or Tahar goat, I don't know how it's pronounced, but I think it's Tahar goat, which is found on the border between Kerala and Tamil Nadu in the Nilgiris, that is in the Western Ghats, bordering Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Okay, the Thar goat, you can see the pictures of them as well. The gharials is another type of an alligator which is mainly found in river Ganga. Look at their snouts. Okay, they have a long mouth with sharp teeth. So these are gharials, not the normal magarmach or crocodiles. Now, correlation between geographical conditions and flora and fauna. Why is their habitat found in these regions? Okay, we need to remember that wildlife vegetation is always related with the physiography, the climatic conditions, okay, of a region. Why do we find them in certain areas? Why not in certain other areas? Because the geographical conditions there are favorable, climate is okay, they need vegetation which is found in those areas only. India, just like Brazil of course is the largest biodiversity region and largest variety of animals are found in Brazil. But India too is not far behind. Wildlife in India emerges as a mega diverse country as far as wildlife is concerned. Okay, now here is an important fill in the blank or find the odd one out. India is the only country in the whole world where we find both lions as well as tigers. Tigers are found in Brazil, but lions are not found in Brazil. So if there is an odd one for Brazil, lion will be the odd one. And in the entire country, India is the only country where we have both lions as well as tigers. And tiger is our national animal as well. Habitat of tigers in India. Now, there are plenty of habitats, lots of national parks. Also, Madhya Pradesh has many forested areas where tigers are found. If you want detailed information, you can go into the site which I have given here. WPSI, that is Wildlife Protection Society of India. I have got a special map on the internet. As you click on the paw marks, paw prints, they open up to a site which gives you detailed information about these places where tigers are protected. Talking about elephants, now when we talk about the relation between physiography, climate and wildlife, remember elephants are always found in the hot and humid forests. Therefore, you find them more down south, that is in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu. Okay, you find more of elephants, coastal areas, because there the climate is hot and humid. One-horned rhinos in the swampy areas, especially in the marshy lands of Assam. That's the Brahmaputra marshy lands. Wild ass and camels are mainly found in the dry, arid regions like Rajasthan. The wild ass is also found in Maharashtra, okay, but mainly in Rajasthan. Camels, of course, in Rajasthan deserts. These are some of the animals which are found on the Indian Peninsular region, Indian Plateau or Indian Peninsula. These are Indian bison, also called as a wild buffalo or gaur. Okay, then the deer, the antelopes. Look at the horns of these antelopes. They are curled. Okay, so these are the curly horns of these are antelopes, and of course the monkeys. Okay, a variety of monkeys, but this variety of monkey is mainly found in the peninsular region of India, including Maharashtra. The snow leopard, just as we had snow leopards in Brazil. Okay, India too has snow leopards and yaks. Now, Brazil does not have much of land covered by snow. Okay, so I'm a little doubtful now. Did we read snow leopards there? I don't think we read about leopards. We didn't read about snow leopard because Brazil does not have snow. So there's no question of snow leopards in Brazil. But India has Himalayas, snow-covered regions. So we have snow leopards and yaks. So yaks will not be found in Brazil. Okay, then these are found in the snow regions of the Himalayas. Yak is shown in the picture below. What about these turtles, crocodiles, gharials? Now, these are normally found in the marshy areas of the eastern coast of India, in the estuaries and especially the eastern coast. Then we have India also is blessed with a variety of birds. These birds are like shown in the picture here. We have peacock, then we have the Indian bustard, then we have kingfisher, also called as blue jay. Okay, it's found, its bright blue color attracts everyone. Then the pheasants, the ducks. Okay, then we have the parakeets, that's the parakeet. Then you have the cranes, Indian cranes, and the pigeons, which are found almost everywhere. Okay, in the forests, also in the wetlands of India. So wildlife of India, this is a little, you can say, the same thing now. I have put it together in this slide here. You can take a screenshot. Okay, and as and when you need to refer to or write a short note on wildlife of India, you can write this as well. Environmental problems of India. Just like Brazil is facing environmental problems, India too faces environmental problems. These are like many wild animals are on the verge of extinction. Okay, I will be talking about extinct animals very soon. Poaching has increased. Illegal smuggling and killing of animals like elephants, tigers for their skin or for sport or many other reasons. Pollution also is another reason for our environmental problems. Deforestation, shifting cultivation, like Brazil has slash and burn cultivation, ROCA. Okay, here we have shifting cultivation. Measures taken by Government of India. Anti-poaching laws have been enacted. Pollution control measures are there in place. The government has set up many national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries, biosphere reserve, biosphere hotspot areas. Forest laws are enacted and implemented, and developing many of these forested areas as tourist centers. Okay. Now there is a question here. Give it a try on page 36. Tiger is our national animal and peacock is our national bird. Now what you have to try is, the situation is similar. Now the number of tigers is decreasing in India. Same is the case with elephants, with rhinoceros, with the various other birds and other animals. Find information about such plants and animals. Find out about where they reside, their habitat, what should be done to conserve these animals. Now this what should be done to conserve the animals is a open-ended question, thought-provoking question, which can be asked, okay, as a 4-mark question as well. We will discuss it right now. Some of the endangered species are lions, tigers, white Bengal tigers, elephants, one-horned rhinoceros, Indian bustards, Ridley turtles, dolphins. In fact, you can type the 10 most endangered species of India, wildlife in India, and you will come across a number of these animals. Okay, now talking about the conservation measures, you need to remember what can be done. We can safeguard the wildlife by not poaching, not killing, no illegal poaching, no illegal killing, no teasing of these animals. We can protect them by providing them with natural habitat, food, etc. Okay, and other ways, we can join NGOs at the appropriate time. There are various organizations which take care of wildlife, so we can definitely contribute in some way or the other to protect the wildlife. So these are some of the measures as children, where you can create posters, you can create awareness, okay, and do not unnecessarily harass or torture these animals. So that is you can say our measures where we can help in conserving wildlife. And this part, colors of both, we will take while discussing the question answers. Here we end this chapter, okay, chapter 5, and we will soon come back with question answers. So take care.